Hey guys, happy Tuesday. How are you? You're probably wondering why I'm so bundled up and why I'm outside. Cheers. Or maybe you don't care. I don't know. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you. Good morning, Jeanette and Gina. I'm bundled up because we're having a nice little cool front in Florida. And my office is really chilly. It's in the shade. So it's like 50, probably like 52, 55 degrees in there. So I just stuck a hat on, and this is a very light sweater. It looks heavier than it is on camera, but I promise it's a very light sweater. Anyway, I'm outside because my girlfriend who lives down the street texted me and said, "Good morning, Meredith, Julie, Tracy, Erin, Gina, and Deanna, and Dawn. How are you?" My neighbor down the street, very good girlfriend, texted me and said, "I'm taking a walk. I'm going to come by your house. Do you want to say hi?" So I texted back right away, which is why I said I was running late. And I said, "Yes, I'll come out." And I brought my tea and my favorite Gators chair. And I was sitting here and sitting here and sitting here. And I texted her and I said, "Where are you? You look beautiful, Gina. Hey, Tracy. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Melissa from Indiana." And she said, "Oh my goodness, I realized I texted you at 9 and I figured you were live, so I turned around." She said, I didn't see your text that came back right away. So I decided it's really nice out. So I'm just going to stay here in the sunshine and warm up a little bit and drink my tea before I go back into the office and finish working. Not finish working. Oh my gosh, it's still early. Good morning, Zamira. Good morning, Jeanette. Tracy says 51 days until Christmas. I can't even handle that, girl. Tracy says, "Miss you." You guys, we were supposed to put our tree up on Sunday. But we had a bit of a cluster on Sunday. I'm not going to lie. My kids have been not great. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Mom. Good morning, Michelle. Yeah, we had kind of a rough weekend. There are chickens. Oh my gosh, you guys. I want to make sure I don't give too much information away about where I live, but my neighbors, can you see them? My neighbors have chickens and they let them roam. There's no number sign on my mailbox. So anyway, hi. So yeah, my kids have been, I know it's the pandemic and they miss their friends, but also, sometimes they're just kind of shits. So this weekend they were acting real entitled and just bleh. Saturday was great. Saturday was actually great. We did our field day in the backyard for Halloween. The kids had a fantastic time. They actually said, the little one said that was their favorite Halloween ever. So guess we don't have to go trick-or-treating anymore. Whew, that's a load off. Sorry. I actually like trick-or-treating, so. But yeah, so Saturday was great, and then Sunday they were just crabby, and I don't know, part of it could have been the time change and Halloween being over and whatnot, but I have a really bad glare on the screen, by the way, guys, so I can't see the comments very easily, just so if I miss yours, I apologize. Anyway, but Saturday before we did the field day, my son Casey and I, my 13-year-old, like to take drives, and so we went on a drive, and we found this really cool park, and it's just about maybe 5 acres, and it's got between 4 and 6 acres probably, and it's got a path going through it, and like a nice wide flat paved path. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is the perfect place to take my kids and bring their scooters and rollerblades. It was empty. It was totally empty. We saw one person randomly bike through it. Didn't even stay in the park the whole time we were there, which is about a half an hour. And so I thought, oh, this is the perfect place. So I came home and I told my husband about it. And so we decided we were going to come the next day. So Sunday, God, everybody was just crabby. And I don't know. I think they were sad because my in-laws were leaving too. But still, they were just, I don't know. Anyway, so we dragged them out to the park, and the park was great, and they just whined and complained the whole time, and it was just massively, majorly meltdown-ish. So needless to say, even though they still had fun, it was weird. It was in between having fun, they were whining about something. It was Anyway, but the path was like a quarter mile, and it was, I don't know, it was perfect. I'm sure we'll try it again when everybody's in a better mood. But do you guys ever just have those days where nobody's in sync, and everyone was crabby, and my 11-year-old just yelled at me for everything. Kids are so hard. Anyway, so needless to say, when we got home, I was zero in the mood to put up Christmas decorations, which I'm kind of kicking myself for now, because I think maybe that would have lifted the mood. But anyway, Tree says I have to put up some Christmas. You know I love Christmas. I'm not forgetting Thanksgiving. Yeah, so we always put up Christmas before Thanksgiving. I like my Thanksgiving by the light of my Christmas tree. I just do. I feel like it's a season thing for me. And you know, we're not Christian, so maybe that makes it different for us. But we celebrate it as a secular holiday. And it just kind of the whole season is about, you know, giving thanks and friends and family. So I like to celebrate Thanksgiving by the light of my Christmas tree. It makes me happy. And also we typically do a lot of traveling in December. So if I don't put it up in November, we don't get a whole lot of time with the tree. So that's why we do it. But everyone to each his own, you know. Julie says, I feel you. My 11-year-old yells at me. Why do they do that? He's so mean sometimes. You know, and then he always apologizes for it afterward, but then he does it again like an hour later, and it's like, well, did your apology mean anything? I know, it's just kids, and he's getting to that like hormone-y stage, and it's not just him. I know I say it's not just him, it's all of them. You know, they all have their days and their moments. Samira says, guess what? They grow up and are gone, and you'll cherish. Oh, I know. Look, I know. I love my kids. Don't get me wrong. It just, some days are hard, right? Some days are hard. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't take it back. None of that. But you know, you have to be honest, right? Some days are hard. Sunday was a hard day. Sunday was a hard day for us. Rosie says hormones. Oh gosh, and I feel like my daughter's getting to that like borderline hormonal stage. She's turning 9 next week. Tomorrow. She's turning 9 tomorrow, which is crazy. Jessica says I put my tree up on Halloween. I love that. I am here for that. So Julie says mine don't apologize. You need to get them to apologize. You need that I feel like that's really necessary. But anyway. So we're not getting into politics, don't worry. But it is election day in the US, so just a reminder to vote. Get out there if you have not already. We voted by mail, so it's done. Please don't talk candidate. I'm not talking candidates. I'm not talking politics, other than if you're in the US, please exercise your right to vote. What else is going on? Not a whole lot. Good morning, Miss Kristen. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad my friend didn't show up. It would have been nice to see her face, but it's also nice to see your faces. I mean, I would have seen your faces anyway. It just would have been another couple minutes later. I like this hat. It's gonna get really warm really fast, though. Felt good in my camper, though. My camper was chilly. It was like 50-something degrees in there, which I'm not sad about, you guys. I love me some cold weather. Michelle says this pandemic is getting to everyone. It will pass. Yeah, it will, and it is. That's very true. Joe says, is it cold in Florida? I don't think cold's the right word. It's cool. But I was in my office at 6:30 this morning, so it's 66 degrees out here in the sun. I think it got down to like 50 overnight, so I was in my office, which is my camper in the shade, at like 6:30 this morning, so it was like 50, and it really probably hasn't gone up more than to about 55 when I walked out here a few minutes ago. So it was chilly in my camper, but I definitely would not call it cold. No, not really, but it's nice. Zamira says, I like your cup. I like a deep cup. Yeah, I like a tall, narrow, deep cup. And also, I love my Chewbacca. You guys Star Wars fans? I'm a big old Star Wars fan. #dork. Deanna says it snowed here yesterday. -10. Okay, yeah. I don't ever need negatives, but I do love a cool breeze. I could use some winter in my life. We keep playing with the idea of moving. I gotta be honest, this pandemic makes me want to move even more, because, like, if we can't see our family and friends anyway, what's the point of staying somewhere? I like Florida. I like some things about Florida. I don't like some things about Florida. Do you guys like where you live? Tell me if you like where you live. You don't have to tell me where it is if you're not comfortable with that. But if you are comfortable with it, tell me where you live and if you like it. We're in Central Florida. just a little bit southeast of Disney area. And I like it because I like the people mostly. It's a friendly area. We live in an area with like nice big yards, and it's an older area, so we've got big trees, which is nice. But it's just hot. It's just hot almost the whole year. You know, we've been known to get up into the 90s in December and in March. And it's just really hot, and that I feel like that wears on me a lot. I like cold weather. I don't need tons and tons of cold weather. And just to cut you off before you say you've never lived in, I've lived in cold weather, not for very, very long, but I lived in New Jersey for 2 years, and I lived in Colorado for about 7 months, and I know I like it, right? I know I like it. Now, would I have wanted to do that with my kids in diapers? No, but my kids are all potty trained now, so I don't know. My doubt will move, but Jolynn says, where would you consider a move? I don't know. That's the problem, right? Like, my sister just moved to New Jersey. Actually, she moved just really close to where I used to live in New Jersey, and I love that area, but I don't know that I really would want to live on the East Coast. And the East Coast really has such a wet winter. Even though I like it, it's not really what I would want to. If dreams could come true, I'd move out to like Boulder County, Colorado area. Love it out there. I love it, but it's expensive. And here the thing with us is, so my husband and I both work for ourselves. Deborah says chilly here in central Oklahoma. I do like Oklahoma. Oklahoma's pretty. We have family in Oklahoma. So the thing with Wesley and I, my husband, is we both run our own businesses, right? So we're self-employed. So if we moved, our income would stay the same. It wouldn't, where we live has no impact on our income. Our income is what it is. So in Florida, we have very low taxes, and we have no state income tax. So if we area that has state income tax, we take a pretty significant hit on our income. Alzahra, I'm so sorry, I'm butchering your name. Fatima, Alzahra Fatima. That's a beautiful name that I cannot pronounce. I'm sorry. You live in Claremont. Okay, I know where that is. Not super, super far from us. I don't know exactly where that is, but so we're very kind of limited if we don't want to take a big hit on our our income. So I don't know. With 5 kids about to go to college, it feels like I don't want to say a bad decision, but like a fiscally irresponsible decision to move somewhere where we would be taking a hit on money. We're not exactly rich. Hi, Karen. Carol says, I love Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We don't get extremes of anything. Yeah, that's appealing. I'm not going to lie. I did like Pennsylvania when I lived up near there. So I lived in Camden, just outside of Cherry Hill, and right up against Pennsylvania, right up against Philadelphia, actually. I love that area. But I don't know if that's where I'd want to, I don't know. I did love it. Actually, Wes and I, so that was when I graduated law school, we both decided we liked both Central Florida, and we liked, and we liked the area of New Jersey where I was living, specifically like Haddonfield. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Haddonfield, New Jersey area. I've got like the hiccup burps. Haddonfield, Cherry Hill, New Jersey area. And so we both applied for jobs, and we both applied for jobs in Central Florida, and we both applied for jobs in New Jersey, and I got a job in Central Florida. Go figure. I was the one that didn't want to live in Central Florida. But I got a good job in Central Florida pretty quickly, so that's where we ended up. Which is fine, right? Like most of my family, with the exception of my sister in New Jersey, but she lived in Florida at the time. So most of my family is in Florida. Wes's family is in Florida, and Wes is a Florida boy. Or up until this past couple of years, he hadn't even seen snow until a few years ago. He's so funny. But even he's kind of over the heat now. It's just so hot all the time. Marla says, go west, girl, Colorado. Yeah, so I mean, I guess the biggest thing with moving somewhere like Colorado is just, it's so far away from my immediate family, right? Like, I do like being near I don't know, anything outside of Florida is really far from my immediate family, though, which makes it hard. You don't really want to take your kids away from their grandkids their grandparents. I don't know. It's a tough decision. What do you guys think? But I don't know. I'm over the heat. My face is getting very warm, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I have sunscreen on this morning. I redid my nails. So, have you guys moved? Have you done a big move? We've moved with our kids just the once. So we've lived in a few houses. We've had 3 houses in the Central Florida area, but we moved once before we had kids. Then we lived in a house for about 10 years, and then we moved to this house, and we've been in this house for 8 or 9 years. Kristen says living far from the grandparents is tough. Yeah, I mean, now that we live super close now, my parents are about 3.5 hours away, and Wes's parents are about 2 hours away. So we don't live super close. And then, like I said, with the pandemic, we don't even really see them. I don't know. It's hard to know because, you know, how long is all this stuff going to last? I don't know. Anyway, wish I had a good answer for any of this, but that's what's on my mind right now. Hello, Lexi and Danielle and Patty. Marla says we were military, so we moved quite a few times. So, so my dad was in the Air Force, so we actually moved a decent amount when I was a kid. I was born on Lackland Air Force Base. I don't know, is that too much information? Don't steal my identity. Kimberly says Maryland to North Carolina was my only move. 45-minute plane ride or a 7-hour drive. Tracy said it's already lasted too long. Agree, girl. Agree. I don't know. We love Wyoming. Wyoming's getting weirdly expensive, though. I don't know. Is that like a Kanye thing? Did Kanye make Wyoming really expensive out of nowhere? Because a few years ago when we looked at it, it was super reasonable, and now it's like really kind of expensive. I think if we bought something out in Wyoming, though, I wouldn't want to like give up a place in Florida. I don't think we'd be able to afford our like current house, but like maybe a condo in Florida or something, because Wyoming winters are really intense. I don't know that I'd want to live there like 100% of the year. In North Colorado, I like that. I don't know. Unless we hit the lottery, though, I don't see us moving. Mostly just a pipe dream. Do you guys do that? Do you let your mind wander and go like, where would I go? All right, guys. I got deadlines today. I gotta get back to work. Y'all are, Kathy says Tennessee is a beautiful state with nice weather. You know, I really haven't spent a ton of time in Tennessee. I've done Nashville, which I loved Nashville. We've done Nashville a few times. Hey, Amanda, it's in the 60s right now. But I was in my camper where it was like in the low 50s. So that's why I'm like warming up in the sun. Yeah, my brother's girlfriend, her family is from Tennessee, and they just went out and visited family out there, and he said it's just lovely and wonderful. So, I don't know. Maybe that's something to consider. I don't know anyone in Tennessee is a problem. I really don't like the idea of going somewhere where I don't know anyone. Especially because Wes and I work for ourselves and we homeschool our kids. It makes it very difficult. And we're not Christians, so we don't go to church. So it makes it very difficult to build a community, you know. The community we have here has been people from college. So we went to college in Central Florida. That's how Wes and I met. And then people from the kids' sports in school. So I guess we could meet people through sports. I don't know. It makes it hard, though. I like the idea of if we moved going somewhere that we had people at least, you know, within a half an hour or 40 minutes, so that we would have at least some community. Anyway, y'all are gorgeous. I love you. Visit dinnerhero.com, get our cookbook, or dinnerhero.com/shop and get our ebooks. You're amazing. I'll catch you tomorrow. Enjoy the weather and go vote.